Once upon a time, in a quiet village, far, far into the north, where dry winds carried dust across the land, and the call to prayer marked the passing of each day, there lived a respected man named Alhaji Musa. Alhaji Musa was known for his wealth, his discipline, and his deep respect for tradition. So when he died suddenly one afternoon, the entire village fell into shock. In that village, there was a rule older than memory. The dead must be buried before sunset. No delays and no excuses. It was believed that any soul left above the ground after sunset would lose its way and never find rest. So as preparations began, the elders turned to his eldest son, Sadiq. "We must bury your father before sunset," one of them said. But Sadiq shook his head. "No," he replied, "we must wait for my brother Kabri. He is coming from Abuja. He deserves to see our father one last time." The elders exchanged uneasy glances. "If we delay," another elder warned, "we break what has always been kept." But Sadiq refused. And so, for the first time in generations, a body remained unburied after sunset. That night, the village felt different. The air was heavier, the wind quieter. Even the animals seemed to have disappeared into silence. And inside the family compound, where Alhaji Musa's body lay wrapped and still, a strange stillness filled the room. Sadiq stayed awake, sitting close by, watching, waiting. And then, sometime deep in the night, a sound, soft, like clothes shifting. Sadiq froze. He turned slowly towards the body. The burial clothes had moved. He stood up quickly, his heart pounding. "It's nothing," he whispered. "Just my imagination." But there was no wind, and the room was still. Then it happened again, a slow movement from inside the clothes. Sadiq stumbled backwards. His breathing grew shallow, his eyes fixed on the body. And then, a deep breath, not from the living, from the dead. Sadiq ran. He ran out of the room, out into the night. But he told no one, not the elders, not the family. He kept it to himself. By morning, Kabri had arrived. The burial was done quickly, before the sun climbed too high into the sky. No one spoke about the night, and Sadiq said nothing. But something had changed. He stopped sleeping. He stopped eating. His eyes were always searching, as if something unseen was following him. 3 nights later, he began to speak in his sleep, whispering, answering voices no one else could hear. One night, his sister Zainab stood quietly by his door, and she heard him clearly. "He is not at rest. He came back because we left him waiting." By the time the elders were called, Sadiq was gone. No footprints, no signs of struggles, just an empty room and a silence that felt wrong. The elders gathered once more. This time, there were no arguments, only regrets. And from that day on, in that quiet northern village, no matter who died, no matter who had not yet arrived, the dead were always buried before sunset. Because some traditions are not just customs. Some traditions are warnings. Sadiq never told anyone what he saw that night. Not the movement of the clothes, not the breath that came from the still body. He carried it alone. And sometimes, when the wind passes quietly through that village at night, some say they hear a voice carried in the dust, not crying, not shouting, just whispering. Because in some places, when a soul is left waiting too long, it does not forget.